Kyla from Oklahoma says that she was hanging out on her porch with 3 friends after a long night shift. It's around 4 a.m. when something happens that creeps them out.
Inside, Kaylee, go! Kaylee, go! Oh no, he's gonna grab his keys and you're gonna have to leave me. What the is that?
The group hears someone whisper, "Hey." Hey. He even says the voice seemed to come from an empty, abandoned shed next door. Everyone is freaked out and they jump up and hurry inside. Even creepier, when viewers watch the video, they notice something else. A faint whisper seems to tell one guy, "Shut the door." Kyla says that strange things happen around her house all the time, but this is the first time that anything has been caught on camera. In these next few clips, we'll see dogs reacting to the supernatural. Now, to me, pets reacting to the paranormal always seems a little more believable, because, well, how do you fake a scared dog? And a lot of people believe that dogs can see things that we can't. So, first up, unfortunately, this clip was posted without a source, but the story goes that a young woman named Sarah had just moved into a new house. Ever since the move, she's been hearing strange noises, and her yellow lab has been acting terrified of certain rooms. One day, the dog refuses to go down the hallway, so Sarah starts recording. What she captures is unnerving.
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone. What was that?
Now, unless your screen is really dark, you probably don't need me to ask. Did you see it? Because some darkly shaped thing seems to twitch and move at the end of the hall before vanishing into thin air. Sarah is so freaked out that she stops recording and the clip ends there. Without a source, we're left to wonder what became of Sarah and her dog, and what might still be lurking in that hallway. Next up, Reddit user Kitten Catastrophe says her friend got a motion alert from her living room at around 2 a.m., and what the camera caught is strange. On the right side of the frame, a hazy white form seems to float toward the little dog, who clearly wants nothing to do with it. But then, watch closely as he moves toward the kitchen. Another faint mist seems to glide by, and that's when the doggy is done. But what do you think made the dog decide to exit stage right? Let me know. Reddit user Stageman123 says that, after his friend moved into an old house, with his little Boston Terrier mix, Jackson, things quickly started to get weird. There were odd noises, objects moved on their own, and the dog began flat out avoiding certain areas in the house. One day, the owner notices the dog staring into a closet and decides to start filming. What he captures is truly chilling.
Jackson is like laser ass focused on this right now. He won't You alright? I know. I think something's wrong. I don't know. I hear noises, but I'm not even sure. Are you f***ing kidding me right now? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Jackson. Jackson. What's wrong? There's banging and stuff. What the f***?
After witnessing all of that, the man says he'd had enough. Not long after this, he put the house up for sale and moved out for good. Workers at Rock City Kicks, a shoe store in Fayetteville, Arkansas, say that weird things have been happening around the shop for a while now, but lately it's started to get a lot harder to ignore. The stockroom gate slams shut on its own. The employee checks it out, but he doesn't seem too concerned. But just a week later, things at the small shop take an even stranger turn. Whatever it is in the store seems to be getting bolder.
Yeah, I'm going, bro. Railroad 3 Club. It's trying not to take too long. It's slow. Hell no.
The shop's salesman is helping a customer try on shoes, when a Nike suddenly launches off the display wall and lands upright on the floor. As he bends down to grab it, the shoe flips away on its own, almost like it's being yanked. And with that, both men just make a run for it. And there goes the salesman, dashing past the window. So, is Rocket City Kicks haunted? You decide. So Broadwell, the team from the YouTube channel Haunted Media Productions, head out to investigate the Broadwell Funeral Home in Felicity, Ohio. It's a funeral home, so it goes without saying that it has a long, dark history and a reputation for some seriously unsettling activity. For this investigation, they split up. 2 investigators upstairs, 2 in the basement, and absolutely no one on the middle floor. And that is where things get weird.
This footage comes from the security cameras that were set up. As you can see, a shadow flies by quickly from left to right and disappears. There were 4 of us in the building at the time, 2 in the basement, 2 upstairs. This footage is from the main floor where nobody was present at 11:57 p.m. It is the clear outline or shadow of someone. But the main question is who? Here is a freeze frame. Clearly it is the outline of a person.
One of the stationary cameras on the middle floor captures something strange. A dark, shadowy figure gliding along from left to right before disappearing into thin air. The investigators rewatch their footage later and are shocked by what they captured. So, is this one of the Broadwell Funeral Home's former clients? Let me know what you think. Late one night, a security guard at an under-construction building in the Philippines hears strange noises coming from the upper floors and heads up to investigate. Things quickly take a terrifying turn.
1380p 68 fps. Parang may naglalakad. Nawala. Yun. Saan na yun? Ay, nako! Oh, shit!
As the security guard climbs the stairs, the video captures strange whispering, a croaking voice that urges him in Tagalog to hoy, makikika, or in English, hey, be careful.
Nawala. over there.
The guard says that in the room he entered, a semi-transparent little girl appeared in the dark and started wailing and sobbing, but she is invisible in this footage. But we can hear her sobbing as he runs from the room in terror. A few days later, the guard claims that he saw the little girl again, in another dark room of the building. He managed to quickly grab his phone and snap this picture. Paranormal investigators Jeff and Phil from the YouTube channel Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations are the first ghost hunting team to ever be allowed to explore and investigate the infamous Mt. Fidget Church near Stansted, Mt. Fidget, England. The church itself has stood for over 900 years and is surrounded by an ancient graveyard. The burial ground is the final resting place for some entire families, as well as wealthy lords of the past and soldiers, who perished in battle long ago in many different wars. With hundreds of years of dark history, it's no surprise that the church is said to be extremely haunted. Visitors claim to hear sounds and voices, and a photo was captured of what appears to be two shadow figures sitting in one of the pews. The Mt. Fidget Church was closed and abandoned in 1967. The Ghost Tech team sets up a few static cameras and sits down to ask some questions of any spirit that might be present. When Phil asks for a sign, something seems to answer.
Make yourself known, either by talking to us, shouting your name, or banging on something, or moving something. Could you do that now for me, please?
That was definitely footsteps.
Yeah.
There's no one else around here, not even outside. There's no one for a, it's just countryside. There's no one around here. That was footsteps inside on the floor, and it was right down there at the back where the door is.
Here is the enhanced audio taken from our static cam facing the chancel.
That was definitely footsteps.
Yeah.
If you'd like to communicate with us, please do so. We don't mean you no harm or disrespect. Earlier on, we heard
We both hear a voice come from the opposite end of the church, but even after enhancing the distant voice, we cannot make out what is being said.
The two friends hear the sound of footsteps and a soft voice coming from somewhere inside the church. Later, as day turns to night, the team sets up static night vision cameras to continue recording. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Can you hear us?
A loud sound can be heard and their static camera captures the shadow moving and out of sight in one corner. Now it's worth mentioning that investigators Jeff and Phil are far away and walking in the opposite direction. So, whatever this shadow is, it couldn't have been cast by either of them. Now the story doesn't stop there, because the Ghost Tech guys aren't the only ones who seemed to have captured strange paranormal evidence at the Mount Fidget Church. A little over a year ago, 42-year-old Stephen was hit by a train and lost his life near the old Mount Fidget Church. A hiker captured something on camera near the train tracks. A terrifying, pale, translucent figure can be seen drifting through the air on a path near the church. So, could it be that the empty Fidget Church is truly haunted? Did Jeff and Phil capture evidence of spirits that still walk the church grounds? Let me know what you think.